What is going on, guys? It is Thrust Crucible, and I have another video for today on Black Ops 1. It's going to be a regular commentary over a gameplay which was from before the Thrust Recruitment Challenge ended and before I got in. I know that because soon, I think like right when I die right here, I bring up my classes and it has something like "Thanks for watching my recruitment challenge" or something like that. Because it was one of the things that I was trying to go for a clip. Basically pull up my classes during my clip, and it's just some kind. It's a creative little thing that I was trying to hit. So basically, what I want to talk about today is a little bit of a scare that I have had. The past day and a half. Well, probably about 2.5 days now, but it pretty much ended at 6 a.m. this morning. So I had a bit of a scare with my cat. Now, my cat is about, I think, 11 or 12 years old. So she's a pretty old cat. Before she was a outdoor cat for many years. When we got her a long time ago as a kitten, she, kept pooping and peeing on the carpet. This is back when we lived in New Jersey, so my parents put her outside, so she then became an outdoor cat. And then when we moved to Pennsylvania, she was still an outdoor cat. Then about a year or two ago, I had gotten my parents to I slowly convinced my parents to let her live in the house again. How I basically did it was, I would let her in, I would let her in for a little while. And she had to stay within the kitchen, like she had to stay within the kitchen area. And then after a while, she would stay in the kitchen area, and then as time went on, she would progress to go into different rooms, and it basically slowly progressed into she can live in the house again. So basically, since she's been living in the house for the past year or 2 years, she hasn't really gone outside. She's stepped outside a few times when we opened the door, but she hasn't gone outside and done any of that. She hasn't stayed outside for a long time. Usually she'll walk outside, stay on the deck a little bit, and then just come back inside. But a couple of nights ago, it was raining. And I opened the back door because I wanted to see how bad it was raining, because I wanted to go out for a walk, and I was gonna decide whether or not to go out for a walk. So I opened the door, and she just goes running outside. And I tried to grab her. I had my right hand on the door, and I had my left hand. And I tried to grab her, and she just went right through my hand, and so I was like, oh shit. So then I basically chased her. I tried to run after her. I chased her off the deck. And then she went to, in our backyard we have two gates. We have a right gate and a left gate. She ran to the right gate and ran through the gate. And then I had to open the gate. And I basically chased her around the entire front yard. And she basically did half a circle. She basically did a loop where she went from the right gate, ran all the way around the front yard, and went back towards the left gate of our backyard. And that gate was closed. And so basically when she tried to run through the gate, so she basically hit her, she ran straight into the gate. And then, there she stopped for a little while, and I was like, alright, I finally caught her. Now, at this point she started hissing at me and meowing. So I tried to calm her down, by slowly coming up to her and not just grab her really quick. So I basically tried to slowly grab her. And as soon as I was about to pick her up, she basically just ran, and she ran through our neighbor's yard and the yard past that. Basically she ran past our neighbor's yard and the yard that's 2 houses down. Now, since it was 10 p.m., it was really dark, and I couldn't really see where she went after she went through the first yard. And I was like, shit, because it's a really scary thing, because she hasn't left the house like that in a long time. And with her being as old as she is, sometimes it seems like she has problems, with her memory, like remembering where things are. So I was like worried, is she ever like is she gonna know where to go to come back home? And another problem was my cat's diabetic, so she needs 4 shots of insulin twice a day, one in the morning and one at night when she's fed dinner. And if she doesn't get this insulin, she can have a seizure, she can die, and it's really not what I want to happen, obviously. So I went out looking for her for like an hour, and then I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find her. So it's basically, that was it. And then for the night, and then I had to just let it go for the night. So the entire night passed. There was no sign of her, that she came back. And then yesterday, I decided to like fill up her food bowl all the way and put it outside. That way, obviously, if she came back, if any of the food, if she came back, she'd eat, and I'd be able to tell if the food was gone. So I'd be able to tell if she came back. So all day, nothing happened. None of the food was gone. I checked out, I went outside, out back, in the backyard, and like every hour and checked to see if I could, see her anywhere. I didn't see her at all. And then, so basically that entire night went by, and then all of yesterday went by, and I hadn't seen her. She hadn't come home. And then, this morning, at 6 a.m., my mom knocks on my door, and she tells me that she came back. So I was really happy because I don't want my cat, like, it's one of those things where it was my fault because she got out because I opened the door, and with her being diabetic and needing those insulin shots or she could die, I didn't know what was going to happen, because there were times, like I remember when we first moved here, she instantly ran away. As like the same day we moved here, she ran away, and she didn't come back for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I didn't know if she was going to pull something like that where she was going to be gone for a long time. And obviously, like, with that in the back of my mind, like, if she doesn't get this insulin, she could die. So, I was just, hoping she would come back home, and I'm actually surprised she came back as quick as she did. And judging by how much she ate out of the food that I had left out there, I don't think she ate anything while she was out there. So I guess that's really why she came back, was because, she was hungry, and maybe she, needed the thing. She needed the insulin. Maybe she could tell she, was feeling a little weird and she wanted to come home. I don't know. I don't know how cats work. But, that was my little scare. It was kind of a life or death situation for my cat, because, if she wanted to come home, soon, something could have went, wrong or something. I don't know. Something could have happened. You never know. But, I'm glad she's back home. Basically keeping an eye on her today just to make sure she's not, like, acting funny. Doesn't make sure she doesn't like act funny or have any like seizure type symptom things from not getting the insulin. I think she'll be fine, just because she only missed it for a full day. She only missed 2 shots. And we've been giving it to her for like over a year now, so I don't know. I think she'll be fine. She seems to be all right so far today. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like. Give it a comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And I will see you guys later.
That's how it's done. Good job, team.
Ya, pues,